You don't remember them tunes, do you? That's like Nucleus.
Oh, too young.
From breakdancing era.
Too young.
Right, we're live. And there's me talking about Nucleus, and people probably think I'm nuts. Hello, people. Hello, love sales, hate selling followers. Thank you for joining me today with Diana Richards of Diana Richards Coaching. Diana helps. Can you you threw me off there. Diana helps to empower women and to help them move forward in their lives, and she does a very good job at it. And I'm blessed that today that I'm able to interview her and go through some questions and let everyone know a little bit more about her. So Diana, thank you so much for coming on today.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Nigel.
I know we spoke before Christmas. It always seemed like it's like ages ago when we spoke.
It does feel longer than that.
Yeah, and you kind of
time waits for no one.
I looked at my diary yesterday and I thought,
I think it was the beginning of December. I think.
I know. Well, it was when I interviewed Ali Bagley.
Yes. That was around that time.
Way back when. See, guys, I'm getting organised now. I do things in advance. So,
yeah. Had it in the diary. Put it straight in the diary for 2021. Absolutely. You did it.
Fantastic. So, Diana, because I know you're a busy lady. I know that you've already been at work today as well. So you're probably ready to kind of get the dinner on, and maybe. I don't know if you're a home and away fan or you watch any of our silly shows, but well, I would imagine that you're ready to kind of relax now. So
wind down.
No,
it's good to be here, though. It's good to do this with you.
Oh, thank you so much. To be fair, like I think I said to you earlier, I decided to experiment with doing these at a later time. As I normally do them at 11 o'clock. And to be fair, I am doing another one with Derek Fraser-Crossan on Thursday, 11 o'clock. But the reason for it was to kind of give people the opportunity to join us live, ask questions, because I think what I kind of realised is that even though we're in lockdown, some people aren't in lockdown.
They're at work.
They're locked down at work. Or lockdown
commuting, travelling, family commitments, all that.
Yeah, lockdown with the kids doing maths. My niece brought her maths homework down over Christmas. Good God.
You can do one thing.
No, it's not that. It's the thing is they get them to work out the calculations in this real kind of convoluted way. And so long-winded,
isn't it? Yeah.
So there's me. She said something. I'm shouting the answer out because it's in my head. But she's saying, no, you've got to do this. Then you've got to go here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what a thing.
Us going back to school now, we'd probably
well, the thing is, why not just
so
teach them the quickest way?
Keep it simple.
But honestly, the formula, and I was trying to reverse engineer what she had done, and I just said, nah, man, that can't work for me. I think I'll be throwing.
How old is she?
She is 12.
Wow. Yeah, it's different. The way they do it now is completely different to our day. Our day of school.
I fear for my niece, man. Boyfriend and all them things. But anyway, we're not here to talk about family. Hey, I tell you what, I'm already enjoying this because it's so much more relaxed.
Yes.
At 11 o'clock in the day.
Yeah, because I think your body is naturally at that place now.
The sun's shining. It's like you're in work mode. But
all the time.
This feels really good. I tell you what.
Good.
Hey, might be a
keep going. Keep doing it.
So Diana,
yes.
Please, can you tell the people watching? And if you are watching on the replay, please put replay so I can see who's watched. I keep promising the people who watch on replay a prize for watching. I promise you this week. If you watch the replay and you put #replay, I'm going to put a question right at the very end of the interview, and it's going to be an easy question. But if you watch to the end, #replay and put the answer to the question in, I will send you a special prize. But I'm feeling generous. It's a new year.
Nice.
It's a new year.
That's a nice incentive.
For me. So you got to watch. So without further ado, Diana Richards. Yeah. I love saying your name, by the way. It's so real.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is it? What do you do for a business?
I'm an empowerment coach and women's empowerment coach. I help women who have struggled with self-esteem, low confidence, just to let go of the past and just step out and own their brilliance. And there's a lot of pressure on us. You know what? I don't want this to be about women per se.
Why not?
Because it applies to men as well. But my coaching is for women predominantly at the moment. Yeah. That's what I do. But it's all about the overwhelm, the self-doubt, limiting beliefs. So I help women overcome those struggles, just to step out and just to live their best selves, really.
And there's nothing wrong with focusing on women. I think for too long, women have been the kind of second, third class citizens anyway. And even now, we're still not where we need to be with the opportunity
quality
things. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll bang that drum with you, girl.
Yeah,
I'll bang that drum with
there's
you.
a lot, because I think there's not saying there's no pressure on men, Nigel. I'm not saying that.
Oh, there's a whole heap of pressure on men.
There is a whole heap, yes, but there's also a lot on women as well.
Yeah.
So that's my experience of being one and living it.
It's a tough time. For different reasons for both.
Everybody.
I think traditionally the male hunter-gatherer, hug. Right now, men aren't able to protect their family because they can't protect they can't affect what's going on outside their home. So there's a lot of helplessness and isolation, and where do I kind of fit within this? But most certainly, you work with women, you help women. The reason the reason you work with women because those are the people that you can help. So let's celebrate that.
And
so what inspired you to start the business? What inspired you to start empowering women?
Yeah, my background is corporate, predominantly in corporate most of my life, actually. From leadership management and mentoring and coaching positions in large organizations.
Oh wow.
I was doing it as a job for many, many, many years.
Right, okay.
I felt that I needed to do something on a personal level for me, and just to help people on a one-to-one, women on a one-to-one level as well. And I wasn't saying, I don't know, the interaction, being in a corporate bubble, I wasn't getting the personal skills that I wanted to develop myself.
Yes.
So I needed to go outside, and I've got accreditation in coaching. Loved it. I loved the elements of my job of well-being, helping women, more than I did pushing paper. I felt that I was more alive when I could see people transform in the workplace.
Of course.
And I contributed to that, and I knew that was something that I was passionate about, and knew that I needed to do more on a one-to-one outside of my job. That's how I started my coaching business. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it now?
I've been doing my business for 18, 19 months now. I've been doing it, alongside of my job as well. So
don't be embarrassed about it.
No, I'm not, and I think that's the right thing to do. I think when you can, until you feel okay and comfortable to step out full time, then that's my aim, that's my goal.
Absolutely.
But for the time being, it's about building and getting myself out there.
Because I know myself, when I worked for some of the big corporates and I had my little hustle going on.
Yeah.
I was always kind of like this with it.
Yeah.
I didn't want anyone to know. I don't know what. I think it's that thing where the company's going to say, "Oh, conflict of interest."
Conflict of interest.
It's like, you mean you just don't want me to earn enough money so I can leave?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they mean. Job. Do you know that job stands for just over broke?
I know. So I know. Thank you, Nigel.
There's a reason why they say conflict of interest. It's like, oh, we don't want you conflicting your interest with our interests.
Yeah. I don't want to stay broke. Yeah.
So, what have been some of the challenges that you've had to overcome since you set the business up?
From a personal experience, to start with, I had mental health issues. I've had depression in the past.
Okay.
So that was one of the biggest struggles in terms of starting my business and hiding it. That was a challenge for me. So on the surface, I've got it together. This girl's amazing. But inside, I felt like I was not being true to me and the women that I wanted to attract.
Right.
So that was a challenge for me to start to talk about my depression.
Yeah.
And I do bring it into my coaching.
Yes.
In terms of don't allow the depression to define who you are.
Yeah.
And you can overcome it and you can be whoever you want to be, but you just have that belief in yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of the challenges was the limiting beliefs, Nigel, the self-doubt, the low confidence, all because of my mental health wasn't great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always encourage people to start doing that work.
Yeah.
So you're ready to kind of fly. When you do all the work, you're ready to just to go, just to sail.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, I can relate to that. And this is the thing, you see, people outside, they're looking in, they see the person, they think, they've got it all together. You know, we see these celebrities on TV, these performers, we see all these people who, as far as we're concerned, everything's running the way it should run for them. But they too are human. They too have moments. Yeah. I have moments. I mean, I had a moment last week where it's like, oh, I don't do anything. I can't be bothered. And it's a little voice, isn't it? It is. And it's set up to protect you, but it's also set up to hold you back and hold you down.
And that's what it did for me.
Yeah. For
sure. Definitely held me back.
And it's fantastic that you've been able to push through it. And I imagine, I speak to someone the other day and they were saying that you never actually cure stress. You can't cure anxiety, but you can find ways of managing it. And I would imagine it would be the same with depression. Would I be right?
Yeah, it's the same. They will kind of fall under the same umbrella.
Yeah. So you have them moments, because
I still have them. Yeah. I still have them, and I never hide the fact that I'm still human, and I still have moments.
Yeah.
Where I have, I'm low for whatever reason, but because I know I don't stay there for long.
Yeah.
And I have these conversations with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah. So I do a lot of self-talk.
Yeah.
And I encourage people to do that as well.
My neighbours think I'm nuts. My neighbours think I'm crazy, man. I'm sat here talking to myself.
That's okay. I think it's positive. As long as it's positive stuff.
Well, yeah.
And we're talking to ourselves, then that's the main thing.
Absolutely. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. For anyone who is listening, who is going through a low moment, just know that it isn't forever.
It's temporary.
It doesn't need to be forever, and you can actually choose for it not to be forever. And it all starts with, like you say, having that conversation where you're not arguing with yourself, but for every negative that you're saying, find a positive.
Reframe it. Just read what we call reframing. Absolutely. Yeah, just reframe it.
A champion's mindset, I think someone mentioned the other day.
Just reframing it.
Yeah, fantastic. I think the whole. The fact that you're so open about what you've gone through as well.
Yeah.
I think that will bring people to you.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think once you start to talk about it, you'd be surprised how many people.
Yeah.
Especially now, Nigel, as well, with what we're going through.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's so many people that are struggling.
Yeah.
A lot of people are struggling in silence.
Yeah.
That there's people around them that've got no idea.
Yeah.
So when they have conversations with me, it's like, oh my God, she gets it.
But don't you think as well?
There's a stigma. There's still a stigma. There's still a stigma to depression as well.
Don't you think as well, though, that in life you always find it's the people who aren't close to you who you can say the most to. So, for example,
not always.
Not always, but I'd say, okay, let me reframe it a different way.
Okay.
I have conversations with business owners all the time, and I'm amazed sometimes when I ask these business owners questions, and it becomes very apparent very quickly that nobody else actually asks them anything other than, are you okay? So when someone like myself starts digging a little bit deeper,
I see.
Are you really okay? And they say,
and
then it's, you then realise I'm probably the first person who's actually asked that person. So, and there's a certain, especially with family as well, there's a certain guardedness to what you say. I would say certain things to my mum. No, Dad, you can't talk.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's a stigma. Yeah. There's still a stigma, even those people is to you.
Exactly.
There's a reluctance to tell them I'm not okay.
Yeah.
It's not in certain communities. It's just unheard of. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. Fix up yourself, man. That's that.
Fix up
your
language. Fix up yourself.
Yeah,
fix up yourself.
Yeah.
So therefore, so you won't go to them. So you won't go to your family. You'd go outside.
Like,
you wouldn't go. You go to your family. You go outside.
Well, I think it's and you know, we say community. I think as society as a whole, this is why it's good now that you're working with women. It's good that we're part of this transition where, I mean, I grew up in caveman era. Ugh, man, woman, cook out, clean, you know, and I think I grew up in that era. That means that for the 10,000 years previous, that was exactly what the status quo was. And it was very much about, you got a problem, deal with it.
100%.
So always communicate. You'd have been seen as a softie for having feelings.
Or don't talk your business outside of the house. Don't talk your business.
A lot of people have decided to take their life because they've got no one to speak to.
Absolutely.
Or they are ashamed of revealing what's wrong with them, even though in their mind it's huge, but it's something that can probably be sorted and rectified. But they would rather not be here at all.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
That's the truth. That's the reality of it all. That's the bottom line of all of it.
It does come down to not being able to speak.
If you can just say to somebody, "Are you really okay?" You just don't know in that moment what you do to that person. You know, thank you, Nigel, for asking me that question. Actually, I'm not okay, and then they'll start to release.
Absolutely.
Which is a good thing to do.
It's digging a bit deeper, and I'm not going to have a go at anybody, but I'm going to say that the people listening who are in relationships, go that little bit deeper. Don't settle for "I'm all right." That ain't
never settle for that.
What you want to hear is, or what you want to ask after they say that is, "Are you really all right? Is there anything I can do to make all right fantastic?" Because
no conversation should be off limits anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think. I know a lot of people it is off limits, or they just don't want to be a burden to people. They don't have.
But burden, smurden. The thing is, it's either take the pressure off your head or ride that horse all by yourself. If that horse is bowling, man, it ain't a comfortable ride.
there's certain things you can do on your own, but I would encourage people not to. I think it's always good to talk, and there's.
And I'm glad you've said that, Diana, because at the end of it, I'm going to ask people to get in touch with you if they want to talk.
And that was to be fair, that was one of my posts that I did not too long ago, because I kind of felt that some people don't have anybody.
Yes.
So I kind of said, if anybody wants to talk, just DM me, and I'm here.
That's fantastic.
And if people that are not on social media, and if you feel that I could, help. Yeah. Again, it was nothing. There was no charge. It was just free. Just reaching out, just doing my bit.
Yeah.
The people that don't have anything, and I had quite a few conversations.
Oh, fantastic!
Helped me help them. That made me feel like I'm giving.
Because right now, with all this isolation that we people are facing, and I've heard horror stories of mature couples who are in the same house who are that fearful of what's going on that they are in separate beds, separate rooms, cooking separate times and in separate rooms on the night time, because for some reason the media has managed to terrify them to the point where they're actually scared of each other, never mind this bloody virus that's going around. So having someone to reach out to, absolutely fantastic. So we'll be getting your
no, definitely, for sure. Yeah, for sure, I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
So obviously, the challenges you had were kind of getting in your own way. Obviously, having those moments where, and I suppose imposter syndrome was one of those. We all
that's a big part. That's a big one. Big one.
So you've had to overcome some big challenges, but obviously, there's been some learnings that you took on, which you thought, that's fantastic. So
for sure.
What advice would you give somebody right now who was crazy enough to start a business in 2021?
Nobody's crazy to start a business. Nobody. Look, you know what? And there's so many businesses that came out of 2020. Let's start with that. How many businesses were created in 2020? It's no different to me. It's no different. So whatever you put your mind to do, you can do it. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Have this, not being cliche, but have a vision for your life. But have a vision for 2021.
Yeah.
And if business is in there, and if you've been putting off a business because you think, you know what, this is not the time to do it because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, there's no better time.
There's no better time.
A lot of people are working from home. Make it happen. Do what you need to do. And just ask yourself, you know what, how important is it for me to do this business?
Yeah.
And how is it going to impact me and potentially those people around me? So if whatever you want to do, make it happen. Don't allow noise to stop you. Don't allow the noise to stop
I
you.
will add to that as well, because if people listening now are thinking, oh, I'd like to start a business, but oh, I'm not sure, I'm scared. I'm going to tell you this one thing. In the last recession, some of the biggest companies in the world that we are using today, that's when they started to grow. So things like Facebook, the social media platforms.
Absolutely.
You know, Facebook in 2007 was like, bleh. Look at it now, this big beast of an organisation that controls governments. And they found their strength during the last recession. Groupon, no one had done vouchers on such a scale until Groupon came along. And then by 2007, there was a brand new business where they come into your company, get you to discount by 60%, offer it out to loads of people, and then they pay you 50% of whatever they got in. And they made millions.
They're big. They're big.
Yeah, to the point that I've got shares. I used to work there. They gave me shares. But that's what I'm saying.
There's no excuse. There's no excuses. I don't think.
Excuse.
If you want, there's no right time.
Don't get me wrong.
Stop putting it off. Stop putting it off. Just get it done.
There's certain businesses which will be more difficult to start right now, but you know, this isn't going to go on forever.
Put things in motion, though. You can put things in motion. This is I mean, if you even have to plan it, take action on it.
Yeah.
As much as you can now. I don't think there's ever a right time, though. People thought 2020 wasn't the right time to do anything.
Well,
there's so much that came out, so much positives, I think, came out of 2020.
A lot of positives. I think what happens, and again, you'll probably come across this working with, the way you do, is perfection is one of the biggest enemies of man, because perfection is, when I've got this one thing done, then the world will be round.
Been guilty of that.
And it will be perfect, and I can look, and then,
I've been guilty. Been guilty of that.
No, I've been the same. I think that just getting something out there is so much better than waiting for it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because at least if it's out there, you can validate it and make sure that it's a good idea. But,
it's a good idea, yeah.
Yes, so if there's one thing that you take from this, guys, who are watching, take action.
Take action, make it happen.
Stop putting things off. Now, before we, in fact, we'll go to the last one. So, obviously, I run the Facebook group Love Sales Hate Selling. I've got this page. I look after quite a few pages at the moment, and I've also got another 2 of my own. So I've got quite a few followers. Is there anything that we can do to support you right now? Is there anything that we could do which is going to make a difference in Diana Richards' world? Or is there anything that we can do in the future to support you moving forward?
One of the things I need to do more of is networking online. I don't do enough of that.
Yeah.
So it's being around like-minded people, connections. I'm always interested in opportunities and collaborations around women's empowerment and building, women's self-esteem and confidence. So anything around that, really. I'm not techie, but I know I've got your help with that one. So it's just around networking, I think, and just making, staying connected and building, being around like-minded people and being part of groups like yourselves.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Excellent. So one of the things that you people watching can do for me, because I know you're all nice, I know you're all going to help me now.
Nice group.
Network meetings online that anyone's going to, that you could maybe drop into the comments for Diana, and then what she can do is go and check them out hey, check them out and see what they're like.
Yeah.
Obviously, because Diana, you work in the day, I imagine that sometimes it's about time for you as well in terms of
it's about prioritizing time as well. Sometimes you just be a little bit more flexible. So, and down the line, I want to be doing my own online meetings as well. So, always got to have a plan.
Well, somebody, one of my friends has done I couldn't attend. I was really busy this afternoon, but one of my friends has just started her own online network meeting today, her first one. So I'm going to be speaking to her this week to find out how she got on. But so if you're watching, if you are part of any networking online, drop a link in the comments for Diana, and she'll be able to go and check it out. And Diana, please, if you could drop your links in to the comments. So
we'll do. Thank you.
You know, website, Instagram, any of your social media, Facebook, whatever, so that if people want to reach out to you, they can reach out and then you can carry on that conversation. But
of course.
Thank you so much for today.
No, thank you for having me, Nigel.
No,
it was great conversation.
It's been lovely and chill.
Great conversation, nice and relaxed. Thank you. And thanks for having me and your support as well.
No problem at all. But don't go anywhere, Dan, because we'll have a little debrief. But people who are watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining us. Not much in the way of comments, although I don't know if I'm behind because my phone sometimes runs out of sync. But not to worry.
The replay.
Any comments, you can always drop them onto the. Hi, Mandy. Huckerman. Hyman. Mandy's from Germany. She's a very lovely, lovely lady. And,
Mandy.
She's just... So thanks for watching, Mandy. Right.
Thanks, Mandy.
The question for the prize. So. The question is.
Not too difficult, Nigel.
Can you see my brain? You see my brain?
Yes.
You can see my cogs turning, can't you?
Yes.
How long has Diana had her business?
Oh, okay.
So, to win a gift, a free gift from me, I want you to, you can put in the comments or you can send it me direct. How long has Diana had her business? And she did say, I'm not going to tell you when she said. So, hashtag replay. You can put the answer straight after hashtag replay, and all those who do, I will be sending you a prize, a lovely prize from me.
Nice.
But
that's nice.
Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Diana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Nigel.
And,
thanks, guys.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have a quick debrief. And see you all soon, people. Take care.
Bye, everyone.